Onvo, the sub-brand, with 1,300. That's from October 28th through November 3rd. And NIO on the premium brand side of things with 4,400 from October 28th through November 3rd. This is a carryover week, obviously, so I'll just keep tracking it. We'll see what things materialize over the course of November. But I wanted to point this out. I pulled up the most recent earnings call because people had some questions and were wondering about the ramp of Onvo, also things like production capacity for NIO. So let's just drill down into a little of this. This is one of the things that William Li said with respect to Onvo. He said, toward the end of the year, we hope that our monthly delivery numbers will be around 10,000 units for the month of December. And I think this is the key here. He mentioned supply chain a couple times. Here's what he says right here. In terms of the supply side, as the car is equipped with many new technologies, it will take some time for the supply side to ramp up their production. I think it's not necessarily NIO with its production being limited at this stage. I think it's the supply chain side of things. So that's something I wanted to point out. Also, this with respect to NIO, and I know some people were frustrated or didn't like that NIO had fewer than 20,000 NIO brand deliveries in October. There was a holiday week. Let's see what happens in November and then December. But this is, I think, noteworthy. And so I wanted to offer this also from William Li from that earnings call. He says, with respect to NIO and the NIO brand, he said, we will keep improving the vehicle margin in the following 2 quarters of this year and expect to realize a vehicle margin of around 15% by the end of the year. And also a comment to add here is that we also see opportunities to improve our delivery volumes month over month, yet we will also need to strike a balance between the vehicle delivery volume and the vehicle margin. Both will increase, but it will not be in a very drastic manner for either margin or the vehicle volume, as we pursue a very good gross profit with our product. So we need to find the sweet spot in between. And that's the period we're going through right now, folks. So he goes on and says, and for the much longer time, as NIO brand targets our premium segments priced over RMB 300,000, as we are going to launch NIO products and also do facelift and upgrades on the product, we believe that in the battery electric vehicle segment, realizing a monthly volume of around 30 to 40,000 units is a reasonable target in volume. So to sum up, for the NIO brand, our long-term operational target is to realize a monthly volume of 40,000 units and a vehicle margin of 25%. And so this is, I'll show this briefly. Mercedes, BMW, and Audi, those are the brands they're targeting. There are still a lot of ICE, a lot of gas sales in China that are going to these brands. There are plenty of sales to be taken. I don't know what the time frame is, but I'll just keep tracking it. And now back to the earnings call, because this is with respect to production capacity, and this is what William Li said about that. Regarding the capacity preparation, we are having the mid and long-term planning for our production capacity in 2025 and 2026. As of now, we already have 2 factories in operation. Factory 2 has already started to upgrade to double shifts to support the production of the L60. So that's Onvo. In late September or early October, the upgrade to 2 shifts will be completed in Factory 2. And in the meantime, we are also planning our 3rd factory. And around Q3 next year, the 3rd factory will be ready to produce the products, which means that by Q3 next year, so 2025, we will have 3 factories in operations, and it will be sufficient to support our production. I wanted to mention it because it was coming up in the comments. You know, NIO is positioned well. I think they are going to have a really, really strong year in 2025. I'm excited to see the ramp and the unveiling of Firefly at NIO Day. I believe that's going to be December 21st. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. I'll see you all again very soon.